Hi everyone, it's Ryan here from smartsportstrader.com. In today's video, I want to talk about the sports betting opportunities that exist in the North American markets. So due to legislation changes, there's some really good opportunities to make money now in the Canadian markets and the American markets. It's a really good time to be a sports bettor. And if you're someone that really wants to make a decent profit, now is kind of the optimal time to start learning how to do it properly. So I've been betting myself over in the UK for about 10 years now. For the past 5 years, I've been running a blog and documenting my strategies and how I approach the sports betting markets. So in this video, I'll show you the strategies which will work very well in the North American markets, and I'll highlight which strategies you should use and how to make a decent profit from sports betting. This video is sponsored by OddsJam. OddsJam are a company that offers sports betting software to residents of the United States of America and Canada. If you're looking for arbitrage software, value betting software, or middle betting software, OddsJam have you covered. Okay, so strategy number one is to make sure that you're taking advantage of bookmaker bonuses. Now this is a very simple strategy and it's something that's very popular here in the UK now. But over in America, there's still some really juicy bonuses. I'm seeing 100% deposit bonuses, up to £1,000, £2,000. You've got 50% reload bonuses. There are a ton of bonuses, and it reminds me of kind of how the UK betting market was back in the mid to late 2000s, as there was a ton of opportunity and not too many people knew about it. But now in the UK, that so many people do know about match betting, you won't get more than £100 bonus. So yeah, it's really something that you should get stuck into early and make sure you take advantage of it. So just to highlight a few bullet points. So using bookmaker bonuses to your advantage is probably the easiest way to make money from the sports betting markets. There's multiple offers available, so you've got multiple bookmakers. You get a sign-up bonus with each of them, then you're going to get reload offers from time to time. So this is just a very easy way to make money from them. With some of these offers, you can hedge them for a guaranteed profit, so you can cover all outcomes of an event and make sure you're definitely going to make a profit. Or if you want to just use them for straight betting with these free plays, or even when you've got to roll over money, you can give yourself a massive mathematical advantage over the bookmakers, so that it's really worth doing. So yeah, strategy number one is probably the best strategy and certainly the easiest, is to use bookmaker bonuses to your advantage. Okay, so on to betting strategy number two, and betting strategy number two is arbitrage betting. So arbitrage betting is a very powerful strategy which allows you to cover all outcomes of an event and guarantee yourself a profit. It's very low risk, you're making small consistent profits, and it's an excellent way to roll over a deposit bonus. So some deposit bonuses will ask you to roll over that amount, let's say 10 times. So if you can find arbitrage bets, you're going to add extra profit on top of what already you're getting from the deposit bonus. So it's a really good way to utilize any rollover bonuses that you get. So I'll go over to OddsJam now and show you some examples of what an arbitrage bet actually is. Okay, so I've just logged into my OddsJam account to show you what I mean by arbitrage bets and give you a good example. So this is under betting tools. You can see here I've clicked arbitrage. They also have a low hold area, middle betting opportunities, plus EV, value betting, which I'll speak about later. So here, once you log into OddsJam, you go into arbitrage bets and it brings up all the arbitrage bets that the software's flagged up. So we've got nearly a 6% arbitrage bet here between Bettors and multiple other bookmakers. So we've got Barstool, Unibet, Sugar House and Twin Spires. So this little calculator here will help tell you how much you need to stake in order to place your arbitrage bet. So let's say I want to put $100 on this side of the bet, on the over 67 total points in the Georgia Tech versus North Carolina game. It will tell me how much I need to stake on the other side in order to hedge my profit. So I put $100 on this side, I put $121 almost on the other side, and you can see that the profit is almost $14. So that's a guaranteed profit. One side will win, obviously, one side will lose, or both bets will be void if it ends up on 67. So that's just a nice little arbitrage bet there. That's the 6% one. And if we look at some of the lower ones, I will have a look here. We've got another one here between Betcris and FanDuel. This is a 4.6% arbitrage bet. It's on the American football game between Baylor and Iowa State. So again, it's in the points market, and it's just a similar story. You would put how much you want to stake on one side, and then OddsJam would automatically tell you how much to stake on the other side. And you can see here, this is a smaller arbitrage bet, but we're staking a total of $184 almost, and we're making a profit of close to $9. So you can see there's quite a few arbitrage bets as well. Smaller amounts, obviously, We've got all like 2-3% arbitrage bets. And this is just a really, really good way of, like I say, rolling over deposit bonus or just making some money. You know, those 2-3%, they add up over time, and in a day, you could be looking at like 20-30% increases in your bankroll if you're able to hammer quite a few arbitrage bets. So yeah, this is a great strategy and something that I definitely recommend looking at. Strategy number 3 is middle betting. So middle bets normally occur in the over/under total points markets, in basketball, in NFL, college football. Sometimes you can win both sides of your bets. In other situations, you will win one bet and another bet will be void. So they're very low risk and the reward is very high, and when you do hit both sides of your bets, they're a huge bankroll booster. So the easiest way for me to show you some middle bets would just be to go over to OddsJam and show you some examples. Alright, so here I am in my OddsJam account, and I've loaded up the middle bet section, which is in the betting tools. You can see this just brings up all the middle bets that are available over the next few days, and the top one here is also an arbitrage bet. It's a nearly 4.7% arbitrage bet, and it's on the Georgia Tech versus North Carolina game, which we looked at before for the arbitrage section. So this is with BetChris and the Unibet group. So again, I'll go over to my calculator here and I'll show you. So similar to before with the arbitrage section, if we'd staked 100, it tells us how much to stake on the other side. But the interesting thing here, this is the middle bet aspect, is the total points. So you can see that the Unibet group have the total points at 66.5, while BetChris have it at they're under at 67. So what that means is that if this game did end on 67 points, we would win the bet on this side, and this side would be a push or a void bet. So what that means is we'd win $128 on this side, and then the $117 would be returned to us. So we'd get a profit of $128. So that's what a middle bet is. It's, you know, you get these scenarios where if the game lands perfectly for you, you can win one side of the bet, and sometimes if the discrepancy in the points is big enough, you can actually win both sides of the bets. So we'll have a look here, see if we can find, the next game is Florida versus Tennessee, and that's a similar situation, but for this one we would need the game to land on 66, and then we would win the under bet on this side, and this side will be void. So you can see this is it's a very powerful strategy, and the fact that, you know, in the American markets there also seems to be a lot of arbitrage opportunities at the same time as well. In the European markets you don't find these as easy, or if you do, they're often a lot lower, and sometimes you'll have like a negative middle where you'll actually pay a small amount to try and land the big middle. But it looks as though there's plenty of opportunities in the North American markets here. You can see you've got tons, even these small ones, they're all positive. These 0.7% middle bets, they're great. You know, I'd be doing as much of these as possible, because with middle betting it is about just getting as much on as possible. Really, you want to play the law of large numbers. You want to get as many down, and then hopefully, you know, one will come in, and you hit a few of these a month, and you're going to make some pretty good money. The last strategy I'm going to talk about is plus EV value betting. So this is a strategy that I use a ton at the moment in the UK, as this is just where there is a lot of opportunity. It's based on following smart money, and it's a proven winning strategy. There's a ton of data that backs up value betting, and it's a proven way to make money. I can add some links in the description if you want to read more about value betting. But value betting is basically, when we talk about following smart money, most bookmakers in the world will limit and ban winning sports betting players, but there's a few, such as Pinnacle and BetChris, which will actually take the action of sharp bettors and winning bettors and model their odds around it. So what we do as punters is we can use that to our advantage. If we look at the odds movement at a Pinnacle or at a BetChris, we can see that there will be other bookmakers which will lag behind these. This is a good indication that the bookmakers that are lagging behind these are offering valuable odds, and this is what we mean by plus EV value betting. If we take those odds with the bookmakers that are lagging behind the sharp bookmakers, then we're going to make money long term. So again, I'm going to go over to OddsJam and show you their software which highlights this. Okay, so I've come over to my OddsJam account, and this is the positive EV value betting area. So you can see OddsJam use Pinnacle as their sharp bookmaker. Like I say, Pinnacle are a bookmaker which don't limit winning players, and they accept professional sports bettors. So you can use their odds as an indicator of where there might be value in the rest of the market. So you can see here in the Minnesota Vikings versus Seattle Seahawks, this is in the point spread, so you got +3, -3. They're flagging up some value on Minnesota Vikings -3 with DraftKings, so they've got them at +170, and this is a 6% value bet. So I'll just show you their calculator. This is a little bit more advanced, but they give you an estimation of the amount of your bankroll that you should bet with. So a lot of professional bettors, they will have a set bankroll. So let's say you have £1,000 bankroll. They're telling you that you should wager 3.6% of this. And you can see they've got the American odds here and the Kelly multiplier. This is just basically based on how aggressive you want to bet. So I imagine that 1 is the kind of least aggressive style of betting. And then once you have decided how much you want to wager, you can come over here and you can actually add this as OddsJam have a bet tracker. So they were advising that you bet on Minnesota Vikings -3. They were saying that was the value side. So you can just put your bet in here, you can save it, and then OddsJam will track this for you. So yeah, this is a very useful section as well. You see they've got tons of value bets here. You see on the Austin FC versus LA Galaxy game, they've got a ton. So I think they cover multiple sports. You've got football, you've got soccer, they've got some MMA stuff. So yeah, like I say, again, this is just another way to build up your bankroll. The other 3 strategies, the lower risk strategies, which probably most people should start with, but then eventually you might want to move on to doing some value betting. This is kind of, after a few years, this is what I started doing, as I just found there was a lot of opportunity to turn over a lot of money. But yeah, OddsJam have a really good value betting area. You can see here, just kind of like going through what's available. There's a ton of value bets available. So yeah, this is another very good strategy to move on to. I'd say once you've kind of looked at all the other strategies, this is one for kind of the more advanced level. So I just wanted to give a shout out to OddsJam, the sponsors of this video. If you're a resident of the United States of America or Canada and you're looking to make money from the sports betting markets, then they're a great option. Like I've gone through in this video, there's multiple strategies you can use with their software, from arbitrage to middle betting to plus EV value betting. And they've got a free trial at the moment. You can sign up and you can get 1 week for free. They've got a free mailing list as well, where they'll send you out an arbitrage bet every single day, which will be, it'll be a 4% arbitrage bet, so you're getting a pretty decent one as well. And also they have a free account where you can use the bet tracker. You can track your own bets and you can see how you're doing against the closing line with Pinnacle, so you can compare your bets to a sharp bookmaker such as Pinnacle. So yeah, they've got a lot of good stuff going on, and I really suggest that, if you're a resident of the United States of America or Canada, then you check them out.